Pro tip, early morning when parking at Magic Kingdom: standard parking, preferred parking. Standard, preferred. Free or $25, $40 to $50. Right here. So if you're coming to Magic Kingdom first thing in the morning, do not waste your money on preferred parking. You will literally gain yourself the distance between this line here and that parking space there. So I am telling you, save your cash for other fun things and just take advantage of the regular standard parking. Preferred parking at Magic Kingdom is pretty much useless, especially first thing in the morning.
Station 51, engine 27, engine 32, truck 105, 110 for KMG 365.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is Memorial Day week. It is Wednesday. End of May is upon us. June is around the corner. The first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party is about 2 months away. Hard to believe. It's Matt reporting from Magic Kingdom and Main Street Fire Rescue. We are in service and on the air. Welcome, everybody. I am out here today with some special treats. No real plan, but we're going to look for some hidden magic of Walt Disney World, preferably at Magic Kingdom. I've got my little guide with me, gonna help me find some stuff. So you come here on vacation, want to take a break from riding rides and all the chaos, go look for some cool stuff. I'm gonna show you where to find it, what to look for, and how it ties in with the Magic Kingdom. So I'm gonna walk through Ticket Transportation Center. Probably gonna be a little bit busy this week. It is Memorial Day week. Definitely gonna be slammed this weekend, but after this weekend things are slowing way down. Bookings are way down, so gonna be a possible summer slowdown hit, and we'll see how it plays out. But busy this week, curious next week. So I'm gonna work my way through security. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. Let the shoehorning begin.
Express monorail, your highway in the sky to the Magic Kingdom. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey and stay clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no smoking, please. Thank you. Contemporary Resort.
Hey, look, there's Mickey. That should have been on more. If it wasn't for you, and I've never seen Mickey before. Oh, Donald. Mickey. This is awesome already. Chef and Mickey. Yeah, I'd love to see Mickey. You can just say why. How much do you want?
We are now passing Bay Lake Tower in Disney's Contemporary Resort, a part of Disney Vacation Club.
Oh, well, that's right.
We are approaching our station at the entrance to Main Street, USA, gateway to the 16 lands of the Magic Kingdom. Smoking is not permitted in Magic Kingdom, except in the designated area outside the park entrance. If you are standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors until the monorail stops completely and the doors open. This is the Magic Kingdom monorail station.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby.
Here we are, the main gates of Main Street, USA, home of Main Street Fire Rescue. Oh, it is very much a matching shirt weekend. Very much a matching shirt weekend. This is like kind of culminating the end of the spring semester, if you will, at Walt Disney World. That is the time of year when you will see more matching shirts than any other time of the year, because a lot of school groups, big family vacations for spring break, they all come in during this time of year. Summertime, though, like I said, things are looking pretty slow for the summer, so we should see how it plays out. Lots of heavy discounts on the hotels. All right, welcome everybody. Main Street, USA. What time are we? 9:08, so 8 minutes after rope drop. We're gonna hit our first item of today. We're gonna focus on Cinderella Castle. Oh, firehouse is closed. Crew must be sleeping. Must be on a 48-hour today. I think it's either Cinderella Castle or the train station out front, but one of them or both of them are some of the most photographed places in the world. Second to like the Eiffel Tower and other major landmarks. There we are. That is so cool. So one of the things that we're going to do is focus on Cinderella Castle right in front of me here. We can't get too close to it right now because it looks like they're doing some work with it, work on the stage. But we can definitely walk around and take a look at some of the hidden features that, again, people walk by this thing every day. Think about the hundreds of thousands of people, probably every week, that come by this and don't even hardly give it a second look. They'll look at the, the details in that, but to actually take a closer look and see all of the special meanings that it has, pretty cool. So if you're coming down here or up here, depending on wherever you're coming from in the world or the state or the US, and you watch this video, vlog, whatever you want to call it, take notice of what we're going to talk about. And you want to take a break from all the rides and mess and chaos, or rides and chaos, yeah, sounds about right, and lines and heat. You want to walk around and find some of this cool stuff? We're going to show you what to look for. Oh, it's so glad, so happy to see this sign back. Not long ago it was Enchantment. They're bringing out all the decorations. Probably, yeah, those look like stage show decorations. So first things first, when we look at Cinderella Castle here in this beautiful, magnificent, wonderful structural design, and it's nice to see the clock again. The 50th is gone. All of the adornments are gone too. I just noticed that. They apparently the other day there was one left. It looks like everything is completely off and it's restored to its former glory again, which I like it. The 50th was nice, but I love this. It's just right. I will say that the paint has faded a bit in the summer, Florida summer sun. So I'll be curious to see if they're going to update it or just leave it as is. Before the 50th, the castle was basically pretty monotone. It was just like a lot of grays and blues. But I kind of like this version. So first things first, with our majestic Cinderella Castle, is one really cool fact. This castle faces directly south. If you get a compass out, you'll notice that this is directly south facing. It is done for this very reason, that no matter what time of day it is, there is never a shadow cast upon this building. If you notice, sun's right there, it's early morning. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west over there. So any time of day, you'll not see any shadows here, nor will any buildings be casting shadows here. Versus if it's set north to south, if this castle faced east to west, totally different scenario. The sun would be right behind it. But they did that in order for you to get your absolute perfect picture every time you see this thing, and to make sure there's no shadows cast upon it. Also, if you look very closely, right over the center entrance, you'll see a coat of arms sitting up there. Right there. That is the Disney family coat of arms right up there. It's in both the front and the back of the castle. The only thing that sucks when they have this out to get ready, when you can't walk through the castle, it takes a little bit longer to get around. So I'm trying to figure out which way I can go the quickest. We'll probably go through Liberty Square. Oh, the trolley's got families on it. Awesome. I just wish they did it all day like Disneyland does. They currently have the moat walled off, dammed off, whatever you want to call it. So they can get the lifts up to take all the elements off of the castle up there. Looks like they're about done, so they should be letting the water fill back in pretty soon. One other really neat feature, if you look at the castle from this direction, pretty much any direction, the top is very elegant, more like suited for, royalty, princes, princesses, you name it. Bottom is more medieval, like a fortress. And it was designed like that to make it look like it was 2-in-1. Kind of the bottom is the you know, it's the guardians down below. And the top is all the magic, all of the again, princes, princesses. It's very, very elegantly adorned. Actually, I'm kind of glad we're coming up this way because I see a feature up here that is really, really, really neat to point out. So while walking around the base of Cinderella Castle, this is Cinderella's fountain right here. Again, really, really beautiful piece of work. They've got 4 water fountains around here. Don't bathe in this. People do it. They get kicked out. Don't do that. This is too beautiful. Don't ruin it like that. So this is Cinderella's fountain. Use this as a landmark. So right there, Cinderella's royal table, right through that opening. If you come out towards the carousel, it's directly to your left. So find the fountain and walk straight to these 2 lights right here. Okay? So we're going to find these 2 lights. And there's a trash can here. You're going to look straight up. There's 3 stained glass windows. 1, 2, 3. If you look closely, that right there. 1, 2, 3 stained glass windows. That, everybody, is the famous Cinderella suite. That's the one that is by invitation only, and only a few people have ever seen. You can also see there's 3 others on that side and 3 on this side, and they all tell a story from the inside. But that is the Cinderella suite. That's where it's located. If you ever want to find it from the exterior of the castle, stand right here. Again, it's right between, it's Cinderella fountain there, right by these lampposts and trash cans. Look straight up, and that is one of the corners of the Cinderella suite, straight up there. Kind of a neat piece. It's neat to see it from the exterior like that. I would love to see the interior. I think it'd be fascinating. But a little bit of backstory on that Cinderella suite. So basically, if you get inside there, there's a small grandfather clock that stands in the corner, and it's permanently set to 11:59 p.m. And the other special thing with those windows, they have 6 of them, right? And there's 3 on the boxy corner, 3 on the other, and that tells all of Cinderella's story. They're meant to be viewed from the inside, but again, as you're standing out here in Fantasyland, you view them from right to left. You can see them in order. First is Tremaine, and then proceeds an invitation to the Princess Ball. Cinderella hit 10s. Third indicates the clock has struck midnight. Next set of windows is Cinderella's lost glass slippers. Jock and Gus end up bringing her the key to unlock the room she's held captive in by her wicked stepmother. And then finally, the Princess Castle, indicating she has found her happily ever after. So from left to my right, as we're looking at this, that's how it's told. And of course, one other thing that cannot be forgotten about this whole thing, and it's better if you view it from a distance, but it can be looked at right here. Disney used a thing called forced perspective. And we're going to talk about this a lot more in various vlogs that I do around the Disney World Resort. It's used everywhere, but it's more pronounced here at Disney World. And basically, this castle can't be higher than 200 feet. If it was higher than 200 feet, they'd have to have a blinking red light at the very tip top of the top turret. That would probably destroy any theming imaginable. So what they do to give it the illusion of size is take a notice of the bricks here. See how the bricks are pretty much like full size here, and as we go up the side of the castle, see how this is one size, the next size, and they get smaller as you travel up, which gives the illusion of the castle getting taller, because as your eye views things, when things get taller, they what? Get smaller, correct? Yes, they don't all stay the same. If all the blocks were shaped just like that bottom one, it would the castle wouldn't look very tall. It would look pretty short. So what they do is as they go up, they shorten the blocks down, and then same thing with the windows and the turrets. Everything gets smaller to give it the illusion of height. So if you were to from here, it looks tall, but if somebody were to stand up there on that balcony above the windows of the Cinderella suite, the royal suite, they'd probably be probably half the height of that turret up there. And it would, again, if somebody stood up there, it would destroy the illusion because of how the height would look. But from this angle and the way you see it, it does. It looks like it's a lot taller than what it really is. So very, very cool thing. They use it a lot in Epcot as well. And then same thing as we work down this way. Forced perspective, the blocks get smaller, indicating a taller object, even though it's not. Again, back to the castle. Big blocks on the bottom, smaller they go up. And the same thing up there, everything shrinks down, but it gives the illusion of it going straight up into the sky. So very, very cool. Same thing, even these little crosses here. I don't know if you call them crosses, but whatever these are. If you measure this one on the bottom and that one up there, I guarantee you they're not the same dimensions at all. So as I was actually just talking about forced perspective, I found a little equation on the illusion of forced perspective. A lot of the buildings are built to an 80-60-40 scale, meaning the lower level is built at 80% size, second level is 60%, and the top level is 40%, again giving an illusion of greater height. So that's how this is done. 80 bottom, 60 middle, 40 very top. What's funny is I've been standing here doing this and everybody just walks by and they have no idea that all of this stuff there is to see right here. So if you get a chance and you want to take a look around, stop and just take in this thing. I want to get in the center of the castle because there's a lot more secrets to be unveiled with the what do you call it, these mosaics in here. Herbert Ryman actually was the designer of this majestic castle, and I believe he is featured in one of the mosaics. I think it's towards the front, but you can see how they're featured up here. This goes all the way through the castle, but I believe the architect he's disguised in one of these mosaics. So the one thing about doing this is there is so much to see all around this entire Disney World, if you will. So we're just scraping the surface of Magic Kingdom today with the castle and a little bit of Fantasyland. We're going to do different installments of this. So I look forward to bringing you all this because you don't see much of this. You know, right now it's all about Genie Plus and getting as many rides as possible and, you know, yada, yada, yada. But this is some really cool stuff that, yeah, again, people might want to take a break from everything and find things. So we're going to give you something different to do. Again, that's what I wanted this channel to be, something different, something far out of the ordinary from what everybody else is doing. We are going to head into Belle's Village from here and take a look. So in reference to where we're at, there's the magical carousel, and we're going straight back. Basically Seven Dwarfs Mine Train's to my right, and then Enchanted Tales of Belle is straight ahead. And this is kind of this is Belle's Village area. This was part of the new Fantasyland expansion. I do miss the freaking breakfast here. I wish they would bring that back. I only have 300 some subscribers, but if this ever gets big, Disney, bring the damn breakfast back. It'd be our guest. It's very good. It is early, so I'm not sure if this is going to be open, but we're going to find out. We're going back here behind. So Beast and Belle's Castle is up that way, and we're actually going to come around the corner here. And Little Mermaid ride is off to my right as well. So off to my right is the Village Gift Shop. Not sure when that opens, but I do know it is open. Gaston's Tavern is straight ahead, and this is the stuff that drives me nuts. I get it if there's something wrong, but fix these fountains. It looks so junky when you got a freaking open land and no water pouring out of the fountains. That just looks awful. I like fountains and I like when they work. Funny story, there was a fountain at Indiana Beach when I used to work there, back in my home in Indiana, and the park ignored it. They never fixed it. So one day it was a slow day at the park, and I went back there and I opened up the electrical box and followed wires and everything, and I ended up fixing the fountain, and it worked. Simple as that. It's back behind the giant gondola wheel where the old mini golf used to be if you ever go to Indiana Beach. So anyway, back to live action. So the detailing inside Gaston's Tavern is really, really on par. So what we're looking for are you can see the barrels right behind the counter. That's the next secret we're looking for. So as soon as I get up to the counter, because there's a couple above that are hidden by the sign that you can't see. So that's what we're after. Next scavenger hunt. So right there, Troy Blondes, that's the 3 blondes from the cartoon Beauty and the Beast. Middle is Igerbach, referencing Bob Iger, and then Stag's Ale, Walt Disney World's vice president. So if you're ever in Gaston's Tavern, look at the barrels above the rear counter, and you have some pretty famous names up there. If you're going to eat at Gaston's Tavern and you have a family, you could easily split this and save yourself some cash while you're here. I mean, this thing is like the size of my freaking hand. Here's a fork. I'm gonna put a fork next to it. That's gigantic. But again, those barrels up there were all referenced. Like I said, the 3 blondes. Yeah. The Trois Blondes were the 3 blonde girls in Beauty and the Beast. Igerbach is Bob Iger, the current CEO of Walt Disney Company. And Stag's Ale was Tom Staggs, being honored as the chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts from 2010 to 2015, and then he was the chief operating officer from 2015 till his departure from the company in 2016. Okay, got a little fuel, some coffee going on. I really want that to open up. There's a lot of stuff in there to see. Lots and lots and lots of hidden secrets in here. Holy cow. Yeah, hopefully this opens up maybe around 11 or so. So for right now, we're going to go over towards Belle's in Beast Castle, where the Enchanted Tales of Belle are, for a very, very special hidden secret. Oh, and by the way, I'm actually researching this through some books and research. I'm not just pulling this information out of my ass and selling it to everybody. So this is actually legit stuff. I'm not making this up. So I want y'all to know that this is all of this is 100% factual. You can research it yourself. Come find it here. You know, however you want. You know how things can get. People will be like, oh yeah, you just making this up. But no, this is actually being researched. I've got some pretty cool things in my hand here that I'm using to help find a lot of this stuff, and even utilizing some of the internet. But most of it's research guides I got in my hand. All right, here we are, Enchanted Tales of Belle. Let me look this up real quick, but there is, somewhere around here, there's a tribute to Oswald in the ground. And Enchanted Tales of Belle isn't even open yet. Holy cow. I thought for sure that'd be open by now. But anyway, we gotta find Oswald. Oswald is somewhere represented in the pavement, somewhere. Let's find him. So to start, we're gonna look for a section of pavement, okay? Saying about 20 feet from the Enchanted Tales of Belle sign, 2 cracks come together and form a sharp point. Then look for a small round stone and 2 elongated stones, and they form Oswald's head. It faces Maurice's, I'm sorry, that's Maurice's cottage, not Belle's cottage, my mistake. Get with it. The stones form Oswald's head and ears pointing towards Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This is a trick, because people think I'm nuts. I look like I'm literally lost my mind here. I think I found it though. So there's the sign. 2 cracks kind of come together right in here. I think this is it. I think that's it right there. You see the head and then the 2 long-facing, elongated ears. I believe that is what they're looking at. I'm gonna have to do some quick research on this, but I think that's our Oswald that we're looking for. We're gonna go on towards the Journey of the Little Mermaid attraction, because there is a really, really cool feature embedded in the rockwork there, because that used to be the site of the old 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride before they gutted all that and built New Fantasyland. So Gaston's Tavern, straight ahead. Now off to my right, as I pan around, this is going to be the Journey of the Little Mermaid attraction. We're going to end up riding this because there's a few things inside here that I have to see and show you. There's a couple things in the entrance queue, and there's some in the exit. And it's only a 5-minute wait, so let's take advantage of that. So the first thing we're looking for is we're going to find a memorial to the Nautilus at 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Outside of looking for the Nautilus, this is a very, very beautiful queue. I mean, this is themed to the nines. Lots of waterfalls, lots of really cool everything here. I think we're getting close though. Gotta look for the water fountains and the broken beam. All right. Water fountains are over there. I think we're getting close. Broken beam right here, water fountains there. Should be over here somewhere. Ah, I found it. Holy cow. Look at that. Let's zoom in on that. Y'all see it? Right there. You even got the little, the eye. There's the front. That's incredible. What a cool tribute. How cool is that? We found it. And while I was looking for it, had a couple other people looking for the same thing, so glad to help. It is tough to find them, I will say that. You're gonna have to put in a little extra sighting, you know, when you go look for it. But yeah, look for that broken beam right there, and that's it, right there. On to the ride.
Trick Ariel's voice away from her. Wait a minute, you look kind of familiar. Well, anyway, Ariel fell in love with a human. That came riding all man.
Reminds me of the bushwhackers from the WWF back in the day. They used to walk out to the ring like that.
A human princess. Well, that's the way I remember it, eh? Yeah. So what was I? Oh, right. They all...
There it is. Happily ever after. All right, we're getting ready to exit the ride. Oh, by the way, I'm talking over the microphone. This did not bother anybody. And I was also riding by myself. All right. In case y'all are wondering. We're standing right by the exit. So the directions will say, when you exit the attraction, look at the right at the two rocks on the left side of the water. Yeah, that couldn't be any simpler than that, right? So on the right side. Okay, so we're on the right side. Two rocks on the left side of the water. That would be probably these right here. Ignore the rock closest to the fence. Got it. There's a hidden Mickey as the character Steamboat Willie here, but it's going to take some doing to see it. Stand back a bit and look at the rock in front of you. You can see a faint outline of Mickey's left foot and leg at the beginning of his shorts and a button. Holy cow. Okay, I think I see it. Hold on. Now look at the rock behind it, which juts out to the right. Okay, that's probably that one. Mickey's right foot, leg, and his shorts with the other button will become obvious. Above the shorts, his left arm extends to the rock to the far left. The top of the rock above his arm creates an optical illusion. And while Mickey's left ear, just above his shoulder, is easy to make out, his head looks a bit squashed, but stick with it. Should be able to make out his face. Just above the left ear, see a rock that stands up a bit. That's his hat. Allow your eye to retrace its path. You should see the entire Steamboat Willie. Holy moly. Okay. So I'm guessing it's in this particular region here somewhere. I think, like, I can see a little bit of it, so let me zoom in here. So if you look at right where my pinky's pointing, I think that's the shorts, and then right above on the rock you can kind of make out a squashed head that looks like a Mickey, and then they said it points out to that over there. The rock in faint outline. Like I can kind of see what they're saying a little bit. Like I see it more on this rock right here. Above the shorts, his left arm extends to the rock on the far left. That one I'm struggling with. Holy cow, this is, man, I thought this would be easy. This is tough. But this is, okay, so this is the area you want to be at, okay? We're in the right vicinity. It's just a matter of trying to find it. Like, that's the hardest part. I would say this one right here represents it really well. Like, it does, you can see the ear and the like, would be the buttons on his shorts and this kind of the squashed head that they refer to. Like, I do see that. But as far as anything over here, it's hard to see. But we're right here. Like, this is the exit right here. So your exit, and this would be, if you were walking out, this is your right. And we're in the right area. But yeah, this is where you would find it, right here. Some of the stuff that we're struggling with today, I'm going to do some more research on it so we can better point this stuff out. But this is the area you want to look for. So where we were earlier, the Bonjour Village gift shop was not open. It is now. So we're going to go in here and check some of this stuff out. First thing to note here is this photo right here. They say that if you ask who this is Phil Holmes, which is the cast members that stay in character will tell you that this is an ancestor of Magic Kingdom's vice president, Phil Holmes. But that's actually him. The adage, a picture is worth 1,000 words, applies here. Several wonderful details hidden within the portrait. So apparently there's a bunch of tributes, attractions, and lands that he's been involved with. So apparently, yep, there it is. There's Aladdin's lamp right there. So he, let's see. So he designed Magic Carpets of Aladdin, the Red Apple, Snow White's Scary Adventure, and there's the Peanuts from Storybook Circus, all which sit on the table in front of him. And over his left shoulder, we're going to see a strip of wallpaper. Let's see here. Okay, yep, there it is, strip of wallpaper. And the pattern is, that strip of wallpaper has the pattern used in the Haunted Mansion. And a golden statue of Donald Duck, very top, sits over his right shoulder. Very cool. So apparently the golden statue of Donald Duck is an award given to cast members who have been with the Walt Disney Company for 40 years. And just below him, let's see here. And just below Donald is a blue book with a spine that reads Terre de Fantasme, which translates into Land of Fantasy or Fantasyland. The open book on the table refers to a map of Magic Kingdom. Yep, right there. And then Phil sports a large ring on his right hand, another symbol of his 40 years of service with Walt Disney World. So you can see the 40 on the ring right there. Everything in here represents everything that he helped build here at Magic Kingdom. That is absolutely incredible. So when you're here, take a stop into this shop here and take a look at this photo and look at everything going on in there. Simply amazing. One more piece of theming here is right here to the left of Phil Holmes's painting is this open book, and it's actually Beauty and the Beast's story. The story of Beauty and the Beast, all written in French to symbolize Belle's love for reading, because we are in her gift shop. Kinda. So next time you're in here, from the front entrance, come all the way through to the back wall, take a look at the painting back there. Lots and lots to see on there. Again, I hope you all are enjoying this. I'm having a great time looking this stuff up. It is really, really exciting to take a look at some of the things that, you know, and not everybody sees. You think about the hundreds of thousands of millions of people that visit this place every year, and a lot of this stuff is missed. It just goes unnoticed. People walk by these things day in and day out and don't even give it a second look. And I think that's what makes it extra special. So again, if you're here and you want to, even if you live here and you come here all the time and you want something to do, something different, take this vlog and bring it with you on your phone and start looking for this stuff. I'm trying to map it out as best I can for you, but I also want you all to find this stuff too. One more place we're going to visit, Storybook Circus. But I'm going to show you one thing here that I pointed out during if you go back and watch the Swan and Dolphin vlog, as I was walking into the Dolphin hotel, I was talking about how Disney uses that forced perspective to avoid having blinking red lights on everything. I said there was one attraction, this entire resort, they said that no Disney attractions have blinking red lights, and I said that's not true. There is one. There is one attraction that has blinking red lights that would signify it's at least 200 feet, right? We're going to show you that attraction right now. It's back here in Storybook Circus. This gigantic roller coaster called Goofy's Barnstormer. If you look to the very top, it's harder to see during the day, but there are your two blinking red lights. They are more pronounced at nighttime, obviously, but that would mean there's two blinking red lights up there, so that means this is a 200-foot tall attraction, right? Am I right? What's funny is all the Disney vloggers, everybody that's come through here all the hundreds of thousands of times, not one person's ever pointed that out with the two blinking red lights on the top of Goofy's Barnstormer. And I don't think the Wait-Songs are going to ride it. And that's not even in this book that I can find, like as a unique feature. Like I can't believe nobody's actually pointed that out. That feels smart. SMRT. Yeah, 5-minute wait. We'll do this. We'll ride the Barnstormer and I'll show you the red lights up close. I can remember walking up here many times and standing right here in this corner watching them put Tron together. And then when they were testing it, this is a great view. Hard to believe it's open now. It's awesome. Great addition to Magic Kingdom. Off we go. All right, y'all, you ready for this? Hopefully, oh yeah, we got a good view.
I'll hold on to you.
There they are. The two blinking red lights. Two red lights. 200 feet right here. Ah! Oh, God. Oh my gosh. So much fun. We will, Goofy, we will. I will tell you, for a little coaster, this sucker packs a wallop, especially in the back. You really feel it. It whips you around really good. So the next time somebody asks if Walt Disney World has a 200-foot roller coaster, you can say, yes, it's Goofy's Barnstormer. So as far as the fact-finding goes, and the neat stuff, we're gonna call it a day with that one so I can get home and get this edited and get it put up, hopefully today. I wanna see how it turns out. Again, I got a lot more to do. I've got an entire library of things to choose from, so there's gonna be a lot more of these. But mark it today, the end of May, Wednesday before Memorial Day weekend, 2023. We started the first edition of cool shit to find at Walt Disney World. More specifically at the Magic Kingdom. And there'll be a lot more to come. I'm gonna take one ride on the People Mover, then I'm gonna go ahead and start working my way out. This is the last attraction at Walt Disney World that still has that. It's the only one. Now Disneyland, they have them everywhere, but Magic Kingdom, that's it. The only one left.
Legs and
this is gonna be us.
inside your car.
Now approaching Tomorrowland Speedway and Tron Light Cycle Run.
I love a good circuit, and these are two of the best tracks of the cosmos for a bit of light, speedy competition.
Look at them all jammed up here. We must have a slow driver and then it backs up everybody. This is a great attraction, but it's the only downside. You get one slow car and it causes just a complete traffic jam.
This is Starport 75.
Or as we locals call it, Space Mountain. Our high-speed rocket port to distant deep space destinations.
stopped long enough, they kicked on the lights for us. I would love to be a little farther ahead. You could actually see Space Mountain.
Relaxation wash over you at the most refreshing retreat in the galaxy. The coral rooms of Pisces 7. You H2O it to yourself. Book today.
Paging Mr. Morrow. Mr. Tom Morrow. Please contact Mr. Johnson in the control tower to confirm your flight to the moon. Thank you.
So walking in the new Tomorrowland shop, it used to be Tomorrowland Power and Light, and it was the exit to Space Mountain. They definitely stripped all the theming out of here for sure. This was highly themed, and now they kind of, I don't know, made it generic a little bit, but this is the exit shop for both Space Mountain and Tron. I'll point this out. This shirt here, people were literally going nuts over this on day one. Literally, like, just they would people would line up early in the morning just to get this shirt. Here it is, almost 2 months later, still available. It's incredible. I would love to have that shirt, but the problem is these Tron shirts. Like, there's another one, opening day. These are like, they're in the 40s, I believe, this time. I mean, they're cool shirts, but man, I have $40 for shirts. Pretty significant. So, back at the TTC, one other tip I want to throw out there, and I hear this a lot, just from passengers on the monorail, especially those that are at Contemporary, because it is very, very odd. You know, you're going away from Magic Kingdom, which is why I've mentioned in other vlogs, if you're staying at Contemporary, it's much easier to walk there than it is to take the monorail. The reason being is the walkway path, it takes you about 5-10 minutes at most, versus the monorail, because you have to go away from Contemporary to Ticket Transportation Center, then you have to go to Polynesian, then you have to go to Grand Floridian, and all the way back around to Magic Kingdom. Whereas if you walked, you could just go right to there. If you're going to Magic Kingdom from Contemporary, it takes a better part of 20 minutes, if not a little longer, just because you got to make so many stops. So you can cut down on that by either walking or coming here to the TTC, which is the first stop, and then crossing over and going to the other monorail, the express monorail. Or if you want to go from Contemporary, take the monorail here, transfer over to Epcot and take the monorail to Epcot. So lots of different ways to do it. But I hear so many people saying, am I on the right monorail? Because you're going away from the resort, and every time, like, yeah, you're on the right monorail, it's just you got a lot of stops ahead. So just in case, if you're ever staying at Contemporary, those are your 2 options, 3 options to get to Magic Kingdom. So one other thing is I head back out to the car. Again, got here early, so I parked literally 1 row away from preferred parking, which is why I mentioned early this morning, if you're here early, don't pay for preferred parking, because you're literally throwing money away by doing so because of where they park you. But this is still the only downside of this stupid 2 p.m. park hopping rule, because it's noon, a little after noon. I would love to hop over to Epcot real quick, hop over to Animal Kingdom, ride you Everest, or even stop in at Hollywood Studios, but you can't. Of all the things, even above the reservations, get rid of that stupid 2 p.m. rule. I still to this day do not understand why they put that there, other than to hem everybody in one place for the first 5 to 6 hours of the day. I cannot stand that 2 p.m. park hopping rule. And all these people coming in right now, no. This is the time to be heading back to take a break. So there used to be an ultimate Walt Disney World challenge. It was the Walt Disney World 52, meaning there was 52 attractions, and trying to do them all in the same day. You had to, pick a day when the parks are open the latest. There are a few vlogs on it if you look. Again, this was all prior to the big shutdown. You can't do it now with not being able to park hop till 2. It's just impossible. That and Genie Plus, even on a slow day when low wait times, it'd be very tough to do. But with the old Fast Pass Plus system and basically park hopping whenever you wanted to, it was doable. You would go to the very, very end of the day, like literally getting in line for your last ride at, last ride of the day to complete the challenge at, let's say, 10:59:59 if the park closed at 11. But there's a few people that did it. And again, if you Google Walt Disney World, I think it's 52 challenge, you'll find it. I'll talk to y'all again at home. Hope y'all enjoyed this. I had fun. A lot of fun. See you soon. Well, I made it back home from Magic Kingdom today. What a lot of fun that was. I cannot even begin to tell you all how fun that is to go and basically look around for magic, basically. Hidden magic is what I guess we're going to call this, that's in plain sight. I mean, think about it. How many people walk into that gift shop there in Fantasyland where, right by Beast Castle and the Be Our Guest restaurant, that whole Gaston's Tavern. How many people walk in there every day and don't notice that stuff? I mean, personally, I didn't either. That's why I find this stuff for the first time. So it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to do more of these. In fact, I believe I'm going to go out tomorrow and do this again. We might try it at Hollywood Studios, just to try something different. But I absolutely love that. And again, we're going to do this in installments because to do this all at once would be about a 12-hour vlog. I mean, there is so many things just in the theme parks. Not to mention what's at the hotels, what's probably hidden around Disney Springs, what's just, there's places to even go around the resort where there are no buildings or anything, just open land where things might have been or could have been, or maybe developed in the future. There's just so much to see. Just like apparently Walt used to land his airplane, I believe it's somewhere behind the hotel. So when you go to Disney World, there's a road, it's called Hotel Plaza Boulevard, and it leads you into Disney Springs. And as you go down that road, there are all kinds of hotels. Basically, they're the Disney partner hotels. A lot of Hiltons. I think there's a Marriott in there. There's another brand new one that was just built. So it's a really, really nice area. And then mixed in that is the Reedy Creek Improvement District main office. And then there's also a building called the Amateur Athletic Union, which I believe, again, I'm going to have to do more research. I believe that used to be the preview center for Walt Disney World before it opened. I got to do some more checking on that, but I think that's what that building was. And then behind that in the swamps, which wasn't, it was all swamp at the time, but Walt had a runway made for his airplane, and I believe that was back there somewhere. So have to do some more looking. But again, so many neat things to see. Lots and lots of content to bring you all. And I've mentioned this before throughout this vlog, but sometimes if people are here on long stretches, face it, most people that are coming here on vacation are probably here 5, 7+ days. Our friends from overseas, I've talked to some of them that I've even encountered at work, and they're here for 2 weeks to sometimes a month. So they have time. So if you have a day when you just don't feel like riding rides at the moment, you just want something different. Take some of these vlogs and bring them with you and play them. And I don't want to have people tied to their phones also. You do that enough with the My Disney Experience app, but take notes from what you see and then take it with you into the parks and then see if you can find some of that stuff. There were some things today that were incredibly difficult to find. I will say that. The Oswald and the Mickey. The Oswald was right by Belle's Enchanted Story Time with Belle. And then the other one was the Hidden Mickey outside of the Voyage of the Little Mermaid. I think we found part of it. I got to do some more research on that. So, again, great time. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you shortly. The future is what you make of it. Make it a good one. Each and every one of you. Main Street Fire Rescue, out of service.